Welcome to Hoaxhunter. I'm John Hughston. This episode is a John Titor news update. I have so much new information regarding the John Titor story that it was needed to create a separate episode for this update. I am currently working on the final John Titor episode, which will be uploaded shortly after this episode. Please note, this episode does not contain the big story that will be contained in the next episode. The story is so big, it required its own episode. I will include a sneak peek of that episode at the end of this episode. Please refrain from commenting in the comments section until you have listened to the entirety of this video from beginning to end. Concerning the John Titor Foundation P.O. Box, some say it didn't exist. Well, it did exist. Here's the proof to those who are not followers of the John Titor story, because all followers of the story knew about this P.O. Box. It was posted on johntitor.com on October 4th, 2004, which stated, Law Offices of Larry H. Haber, P.A., Larry Haber, P.O. Box 470, ... Celebration, Florida 34747. This very same P.O. Box with the same zip code was posted on many address websites as well, including addresses.com. And the Kissimmee, Florida address with the same zip code, 34747, was posted on many corporate information websites, including corporationwiki.com, which stated, the John Titor Foundation, LLC, Kissimmee, Florida, 34747. Kissimmee, Florida, 34747, and Celebration, Florida, 34747. Clearly they're so close to each other that they share the same zip code occasionally or are interchangeable. All the post office man needs to know is the zip code, and he knows where it needs to go. As to the current owner of the P.O. Box, it could be owned by anyone at this point, and I would not recommend sending mail to it, and I'm not going to be posting it in this video. On December 7th, 2011, Andy Nissenbaum, a good supporter and friend of Hoaxhunter, sent me a copy of a 2009 movie contract, the John Titor movie contract. John Titor Story Rights Acquisition Agreement. This agreement memorializes the acquisition by MMX Films, LLC, a New York limited liability company, producer of the life story rights of John Titor, an individual residing in the state of Florida or Nebraska, grantor, and represented by the law offices of Larry H. Haber. Whereas producer wishes to produce and distribute a feature film and documentary tentatively entitled John Titor Project and related productions, which recount actual events and or fictionalize material regarding web postings and information shared to the public during the period of his natural life, and whereas grantor wishes to grant to producer all rights, title, authority, and permission to produce and distribute John Titor Project and related productions on a one-time basis for a motion picture. It appears as if this contract is securing the movie rights for the John Titor story for $0. I'm no legal expert, but I'm guessing there is a second contract involving a monetary figure. Either way, this contract appears to be from Larry Haber to a movie producer named Michael Kuntz. So I did a IMDb search on Michael Kuntz in 2011, and I didn't find any results concerning a John Titor movie. Well, I just did this same IMDb search yesterday, and I did see that a John Titor movie is in pre-production in the works, dated for 2014. IMDb states the estimated budget for the John Titor movie is $10 million, a big step up from the low-budget 5-minute clip made in 2006 starring Michael Hartson. I wonder who will play the role of John Titor. If I had to choose, I would pick someone like Edward Norton or Matthew McConaughey, but they would probably ask for too many millions. So the budget for the film is a clue as to who will be playing the role of JT, most likely an unknown actor. As for a lower-budget actor who is still a good actor, I would at least give Michael Hartson an audition. He was the original John Titor from the 2006 video. Even though I have no sway either way, feel free to post your suggestions who you would like to play the role of John Titor in the upcoming John Titor film. In 2007, the trademark for the name John Titor was filed by the John Titor Foundation, and in 2008, it was abandoned. So the trademark, according to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, was up for grabs. In 2011, the trademark for the name John Titor was filed, and in 2012 it was published. The current owner of the John Titor trademark is Andy Nissenbaum. The United States Patent and Trademark Office granted Andy Nissenbaum the mark John Titor for the following goods and services: telecommunication services, namely broadcasting services, namely audio broadcasting, video broadcasting, broadcasting programs via a global computer network, communication services, namely streaming of audio material on the internet, streaming of video material and data, webcasting services, providing online forums for transmission of messages among computer users, all in the field of time travel. First use, 2011, 1011. Andy is a friend of Hoaxhunter. He has given me formal permission to use the name John Titor for my videos and communications. But he is the owner of John Titor. So in a way, Andy Nissenbaum is John Titor. Andy Nissenbaum is the CEO of Disaster TV. His website is disaster.net. I highly recommend you check it out. It has a Facebook page. I recommend you go there and like it. He also runs a popular official John Titor Facebook page. I recommend you go there and like it and check out what he posts there. It's an interesting way to get in touch with other fans of John Titor. Many of you are familiar with johntitor.com, owned and maintained by Oliver Williams. It's a popular John Titor news website. It's sometimes out of date. For example, none of the news updates I'm breaking in this video are mentioned on johntitor.com. I received a message on YouTube from WWE Champ 7 concerning johntitor.com and johntitorfoundation.com. He mentioned that the IP address was the same and asked me if I knew anything about this. The IP addresses are the same because both sites are registered through GoDaddy.com and both sites use the most common anonymous registration service, domains by proxy. This, in and of itself, is not suspicious, as millions of domain names are registered the exact same way. But this email from WWE Champ 7 caused me to want to double check and see if there was anything I missed. I visited johntitorfoundation.com back when he was announced on johntitor.com a few years ago and thought nothing of it. It was clearly a side hoax of a hoax. Nothing worth paying much attention to. It was just a site with dates, supposedly to or from John Titor, which hold no significance. But the logo on the site is clearly owned by the official John Titor Foundation. It's the same logo as seen on the mugs and t-shirts and bumper stickers sold on the printing site linked through johntitor.com. On johntitor.com, Oliver Williams broke the news story about johntitorfoundation.com. Here is what he wrote. Weird John Titor website? What does this website mean? An emailer recently sent an address for the johntitorfoundation.com. Does anyone have any idea what these numbers and dates mean? I double-checked the registration info of johntitor.com and johntitorfoundation.com, and I found something new. I found proof that Oliver Williams maintains and owns both johntitor.com and johntitorfoundation.com. This proof can be seen in the last updated date. Here's the registration information, which is anonymous thanks to domains by proxy. But what is not anonymous is the last updated date, April 11th, 2013. What happens is when you update an email address for your websites, it frequently updates them for all of your domain names. You legally have to keep an updated email address, an updated contact information. We can't see that information thanks to the anonymous protection of domains by proxy, but what we can see is the last updated date. What are the chances that both johntitor.com and johntitorfoundation.com were both updated on the exact same day? The chances of it being two different people is impossible. Oliver Williams runs, maintains, and owns both johntitor.com and johntitorfoundation.com. This is the proof. It's concrete proof, and it's a piece of evidence that links Oliver Williams to the official John Titor Foundation. It's understandable that Oliver Williams would make a johntitorfoundation.com website. That's how his johntitor.com website became successful. He jumped on it and he grabbed it before someone else did. And he saw that it was available, so he got it. But technically it's a tiny little side hoax, Oliver Williams. This evidence can be seen on Who Is Information as of today, Tuesday, April 16th, 2013. But it is subject to change and can change at any time, as Oliver can update the individual contact information of any of his domain names and change that last updated date. But this video is proof, and this is the screenshot which is proof, that Oliver does maintain and own and run johntitorfoundation.com. There was a video released on YouTube on November 29th, 2011, entitled John Titor Confession Real. Some of you may remember this video. Here's a screenshot I took of this video in 2011. The description says, John Titor Confession Real from Time Traveler 01001, posted November 29th, 2011. John Titor was a hoax created by me. I have pictures and documents to prove this fact. Look for my call on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie on December 29th, 2011. This video has since been removed. In the videos, a guy around the age of 25 claims to be the author behind John Titor. He claimed he made up the whole story and claimed it was his school project. He was clearly an aspiring actor or someone seeking attention. He looked about the age of 25 years old in 2011, which would have made him around 14 years old in the year 2000. Clearly, a 14-year-old did not write the John Titor forum posts in the year 2000. So everyone knew it was a little hoax from the beginning. The kid claimed he would be on Coast to Coast AM, but he never was. He claimed he would provide proof and pictures and even the time travel box, but he never did. But I knew there was a chance that he may have actually known the real author behind John Titor, thanks to one tiny piece of evidence. His proclaimed age on his YouTube profile was 43 years old. Why would someone just randomly pick the age of 43? You see, in September 11th, 2011, I knew what I know now, the true identity behind John Titor. I knew in 2011 that the real John Titor was 43 years old. I knew this, but very few people did, which is why I made a point of asking about his fake age choice of 43 on his YouTube profile. Here's a screenshot of that profile in 2011. You can see my first post was 43 years old. Let's see documentation on that. Haha. If you're going to take this hoax of a hoax seriously, at least produce the time machine box. No time machine box, no good. And someone else mentioned the age 43 as well. You look good for 43. Sure you're not a time traveler? LOL. I'm sure you would get a load of views from the die-hard believers. Good job. He did not get a lot of views, which is probably why he removed his videos, because they were embarrassing. I wondered how this fake confession kid might be linked with the real John Titor, because he knew the real age of the real John Titor. Was he commissioned to make this video? Did he volunteer? Is he a family friend or an aspiring actor contact? We may never know. But one thing I do know, the author behind John Titor was 43 years old in 2011. In 2013, he is now around 45 years old. Darby, the John Titor expert, was right about John Titor being a baby boomer. He does fall within that age range. In my 2009 video entitled John Titor Hoax Debunked and Identity Revealed, I suggested Richard Haber was most likely John Titor. I have no longer believed this to be the case ever since I came across a large amount of information, a large amount of evidence pointing at another individual, who you will become familiar with in the next video which I am making right now. I do apologize to Richard Haber for suggesting he may or may not be John Titor. If you watch the 2009 video, you will see I was not 100% positive he was JT. It was an opinion based on a small amount of evidence. I was not 100% positive because I didn't have what I have now. What I have now is a large amount of evidence proving it is another individual. This is no longer a rabbit chase. There won't be another person after this next video. I am 100% confident that I have found the true identity of John Titor. Richard Haber seems to have been a good sport about it. I'm sure Richard is an intelligent guy, but there is another who fills the shoes of John Titor perfectly. Because he is the author behind John Titor. And I have the evidence to back up this claim. The reason this new evidence video has been postponed for 2 years is because I wanted to be 100% sure and 100% confident in this evidence before I made a video about it. And I am 100% positive, I am 100% confident in this breaking news, which you will hear about in the next video. I have now known about this evidence since September 2011. This new evidence is far more than a name associated with a P.O. box, I assure you. This new evidence is big. I will reveal this evidence in the next Hoaxhunter episode, which will be uploaded very shortly. My next video will be the biggest John Titor video I have ever made. Stay tuned and stay subscribed. I would like to thank the supporters of Hoaxhunter, the fans, subscribers, commenters, even constructive criticism, and the positive feedback is greatly welcome and appreciated. Please get the word out about the next episode I'm about to release. Even long after it's released, please share this episode with people. You're welcome to tweet me at Razimus. I'm also promoting the use of hashtag Hoaxhunter on Twitter. Feel free to include it with hashtag John Titor and hashtag Razimus as well. We need to get the word out about the next episode. It will be big, and it will be uploaded very shortly. I would like to mention the Honorary Hoaxhunter team members. Andy Nissenbaum, John Titor copyright holder. WWE Champ 7, who sent me a tip. James Stevens, also known as Brick Production 1815. Pamela Moore, the John Titor Contactee. And XX Decide 216XX. I may have left out a few people. If this is the case, send me a message. If you would like to be an honorary team member, go to Twitter and tweet hashtag Hoaxhunter with a link to any Hoaxhunter episode. Also, please send me your suggestions for new hoaxes you would like to have investigated, information, news, breaking news, exclusive stories, tips, feedback. Any ideas are welcome. All are welcome to send me comments on youtube.com/Hoaxhunter, tweets on twitter.com/Razimus, or email me at razimus@gmail.com. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for joining us. This has been John Hughston with Hoaxhunter. Be seeing you.